Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Backyard Show on AM 1250 Radio Disney Pittsburgh WDDZ.
This is the show that deals with things you care about right here in our own backyard.
The Backyard Show happens on Radio Disney every week at this time when we focus on important issues happening in our community.
We'll talk about ways to get involved in the community and volunteer. Or maybe we'll just learn something new.
If you're a first-time listener, here's how the Backyard Show works. Each week we pick a topic, bring in guests, and talk about the things that concern you.
Now, here's your host with the most, DJ Daniel.
Yo and hello, this is DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ HD1 Pittsburgh. And today on the Backyard Show, we're going to be talking to our friends here from PurpleStride Pittsburgh. Can't wait to talk all about that. We're going to have a lot of fun today on the Backyard Show. But for those of you who are just listening to the Backyard Show for the first time, we tell you what's going on in your own backyard. We tell you about ways to volunteer. We tell you about new things. We tell you about events going on in the area and just everything that could possibly go on here in the Pittsburgh area. Got it? Get it? Good. Awesome. All right, so let's start the Backyard Show. Tami's in here from PurpleStride Pittsburgh. What is going on, Tami? Welcome to the Backyard Show.
Thank you for having us here. We're here to tell you about our PurpleStride Pittsburgh, which is taking place at North Shore Riverfront Park on Sunday, July 13th. Registration opens at 8, the walk starts at 9:45, and the run starts at 10 o'clock. Last year was our first year at the location, and we had just under 2,000 attendees, and we raised $220,000. Prior to this, we were in North Park, and when we moved last year to North Shore Riverfront Park, we grew exponentially, and it was a great move for us, and we hope to grow more this year.
All right, well, Tami, how long has the PurpleStride Pittsburgh been going
on? This will be our 11th year.
The 11th year. All right,
yes.
That's awesome. So have you been going on for 11 years, or how long have you been with the walk?
No, I joined forces with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network back in 2012 when I lost my best friend, who was like a sister to me. And I first became the social media admin, and this past year I became the media representative.
All right, well, for those who don't know, we have a wide range, huge audience here at Radio Disney. And what is pancreatic cancer?
Pancreatic cancer is currently the fourth highest cancer-related killer in the United States, with a 5-year survival rate of 6%. Your pancreas is a small organ, like 2 inches by 6 inches, and it sits way deep in your abdomen. The reason that the death rate is so high is because by the time it's found, it's usually in later stages because it has such vague symptoms such as abdominal pain, digestive issues, back pain. We here at the Pancreatic Cancer Network have set an ambitious goal of doubling the survival rate by 2020. We hope by getting the word out and spreading awareness and increasing funding for research, getting more researchers involved, that we will be able to attain that goal.
DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ, and here today talking all things PurpleStride Pittsburgh, a walk for pancreatic cancer. Where is it? When is it? What's going on? Tell everybody again.
It will be taking place on Sunday, July 13th at North Shore Riverfront Park across from Heinz Field. It's open to adults and children. We have registration opens at 8 o'clock. You could go online right now and register. If you want to be guaranteed a T-shirt, T-shirt cutoff date is Sunday, June 29th. You can also register the day of the event. The adult timed registration is $30. The adult untimed is $25. Youth untimed and timed is $10. Or if you'd like to volunteer, $5. We could always use volunteers.
Awesome. And where can people get all of this information?
At www.purplestride.org/Pittsburgh.
All right. Well, Tami, what do you do for the for the PurpleStride Pittsburgh, the Pancreatic Cancer Network? What do you do for that?
I have taken on the role of media representative just a few months ago, and that role entails getting media sponsorships for the walk, getting the word out through any TV, print outlets, anywhere I can get the word out, articles, interviews, so on and so forth, anything to spread awareness for pancreatic cancer.
That's awesome. And I mean, I think it's one thing that about pancreatic cancer that a lot of people don't. I don't think really a lot of people know about it. I mean, how is it, getting people to know about it? I mean, because do you feel like when you're going around doing these things, spreading the word, do you think enough people know?
No, they don't. No, I'm finding out that, I mean, I know myself, when pancreatic cancer hit my best friend's family, we were blindsided. The only time you ever heard about it was through Patrick Swayze passing away, or Randy Pausch, or Bonnie Franklin. When stars have been diagnosed with it and end up passing away. And you start to find out, I know just through conversations, I'm finding out there's more people's lives who's been touched by it than I realized. And I think most of these people feel like they're alone, and that's what we're here for, to let people know that we're out here to support and fight, and to get more people to join our fight, because that is what will grow this and will beat this eventually. If we get enough of these people involved, and we raise the funds, and we push for the research, and we go to advocacy days, and we fight for this, because that's what needs to be done. That's how any of the other cancers that have, for instance, breast cancer, has now has a 90% 5-year survival rate. I lost a sister to breast cancer back in 1986, and was much bleaker back then. And that is how far they've come over those years. That is what I want to see for this cause.
DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ, talking all things Purple Stride Walk for pancreatic cancer, PurpleStride Pittsburgh. Okay, so tell us, everybody again, where is it? When is it?
It is at North Shore Riverfront Park on Sunday, July 13th. Registration opens at 8. We have all kinds of things going on for adults and kids. We have a 5K run and a one mile walk along the river, I believe it is. And we just want to see a lot of people show up and join us.
What is the goal? What is the goal? I know when you do a walk, what's the goal? I know if there's like a donation goal or whatever it is, what's the goal?
Our goal this year is 2,200 attendees and $265,000.
$265,000. It's a
Yes.
lot of money. And
Yes,
I see
it
you guys
is.
are almost halfway there. I see on your website, I know you guys are somewhere 100-something
Yep.
thousand. So I mean,
Yep.
you're almost there, and the walk's not even here yet.
Yeah.
You're still a little ways from the walk here.
We're hoping to do like we've done the past 2 years and surpass our goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And with the registration, I know you're talking about the deadlines and things like that. Can people do it the day of, or how does that work?
You can go online right now and register, or you can actually register the day of the walk.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the better way to do it is go online right now and register, and we will have packet pickup. There's 3 different locations just prior to the walk that you could come pick your shirt up, and that you don't even have to mess with the registration table that day.
All right, so for the people who are listening right now here on Radio Disney and thinking, I can't make it out to the walk, but I want to do something, what can those people do?
You can go to www.purplestride.org/Pittsburgh, and you can make a donation right there on the website.
Why do you think this is important to Pittsburgh? PurpleStride Pittsburgh, the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. Why do you think it's important to Pittsburgh?
Because I believe there's a lot of people out there that have been diagnosed or yet to be diagnosed in our area and in our surrounding areas. I mean, we have a survivor who is from the up around Pymatuning Lake area. So we want to reach out for all of Western Pennsylvania and be here as a resource for help and guidance.
How can people get involved with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network? How can people get involved with that? They're listening right now. They're like, I want to do something. I want to be able to help. I want to do something, whatever. How can they get involved?
You can go to www.pancan.org and follow the volunteer links, and it'll lead you right to our information.
DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show, Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250, WDDZ HD1 Pittsburgh, talking all things Purple Stride Walk for Pancreatic Cancer, Purple Stride Pittsburgh, going on July the 13th. Okay, so why do you think it's just having a walk? Why is it so? Why do you think that's the way to do it? Why do you think that is like such a great way to do it? It's been going on for 11 years. You've been involved in it for a while. So why do you think it's such an important thing to do?
PurpleStride Pittsburgh, presented by H&M Insurance Group, is just like any of the other walks out there. It's one of our signature events. You have a lot of people that get together who care about this cause and are out there to fight to raise funds for the needed research that will eventually beat this disease.
DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show, Radio Disney Pittsburgh. We're getting ready to take a quick break, but before we do that, tell people where they can get all the information.
You can go to www.purplestride.org/Pittsburgh.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the Backyard Show, and when we get back, we're going to talk to our friends Nikki and Kathy in here on the Backyard Show to talk all things Purple Stride Pittsburgh. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Show our troops the appreciation they deserve.
For their service.
For their sacrifice.
For their commitment to our nation. And for defending our freedom, we salute our troops.
Since 2004, Operation Troop Appreciation has been granting wishes to troops.
And now, more than ever, our troops in the field need our help.
Parents, find out how you can grant some of their wishes at OperationTroopAppreciation.org.
Wishes can go a long way in boosting our troops' morale.
You can show them how much we care. Support them as individuals.
And show support for the armed forces that make our nation strong.
Parents, learn more about our mission at OperationTroopAppreciation.org.
Operation Troop Appreciation is based right here in Pittsburgh and is a 100% volunteer, nonprofit organization.
And we're dedicated to supporting the service and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform.
Find out how you can show your appreciation to our troops.
Parents, go online to OperationTroopAppreciation.org. That's OperationTroopAppreciation.org.
Join us for hope.
Join us for unity.
Join us for inspiration.
Join us for Purple Stride Pittsburgh 2014.
Walk the North Shore to raise awareness for pancreatic cancer.
And help the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network advance research.
Purple Stride Pittsburgh having Sunday, July 13th at North Shore Riverfront Park, across from Heinz Field.
Registration starts at 8 a.m. and we start striding at 9:30.
Join us as we stride closer to a cure.
Purple Stride Pittsburgh 2014, Sunday, July 13th. Parents, learn more at purplestride.org/Pittsburgh.
I'm Sergeant Ralph Miller from the Baldwin Police Department. Each year, children are put in danger by drivers who pass stop school buses. You can help protect our students. Make sure you stop at least 10 feet away from school buses that have their red lights flashing and stop arm extended. If you're convicted of violating the Pennsylvania school bus stopping law, you face a 60-day driver's license suspension, 5 points on your driving record, and a $250 fine. Brought to you by PennDOT and this station.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Pennsylvania's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
I'm Sergeant Ralph Miller from the Baldwin Police Department. If you see a stopped school bus, just stop. Children getting on and off school buses count on you to make the right decision. If you're convicted of violating the Pennsylvania school bus stopping law, you face a 60-day driver's license suspension, 5 points on your driving record, and a $250 fine. Brought to you by PennDOT and this station.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Pennsylvania. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
And we're back. This is DJ Daniel here on The Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ. If you were just joining us today on the show, we're talking all things PurpleStride Pittsburgh. It's a walk going on for pancreatic cancer July the 13th at North Shore Riverfront Park. So definitely get out there. It's a 5K run and a 1-mile walk. 5K run and a 1-mile walk. So definitely get out to that and support a great cause. That's for sure. All right, we just got done talking to Tami about everything going on at the event. But right now, we're going to talk to some people who have a great story, Nikki and Kathy today on the show. What is going on, guys? Thank you guys for coming into the Backyard Show.
Hi, Daniel. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. It's been great talking. I'm excited to talk to you guys all about it. So, what made you guys get involved with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network and the PurpleStride Walk for pancreatic cancer?
Personally, my dad was diagnosed 4 years ago. When I was 10, it was really hard for me to comprehend the fact that my dad had been diagnosed, and I was really worried about him. Today, my dad is thankfully healthy and he's cancer-free, which I'm very lucky, but I just want to help other kids whose parents have been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, so that's why I get involved.
That is awesome, and you sound so professional when you say this. And I think that's amazing. You just sound like you want other kids to get involved. Why do you think it's important for people your age? How old are you?
14.
14? So why do you think it's important for people your age to get involved?
Well, we're kind of the future, so if we don't do anything, then who's going to do anything? It's really important because everyone can make a difference, and we have to be the ones to make that difference.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's something that you guys definitely all should be involved in, and I think it's cool that you've done this. And you've done this for how long? You've been doing the walk for how long?
This will be my 4th year.
Your 4th year? So you've been doing this since you were 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when I started getting involved.
Wow. So all you 10-year-olds out there, you got some work to do. So you need to get out there and get some stuff done. Well, Kathy, that was your husband. So
yes.
What are some of the signs? Do you remember any of the signs or anything that were going on whenever this all started with your husband?
Yeah, for my husband, his biggest problem was he had severe back pain, and he was having some digestive issues. Unfortunately, with pancreatic cancer, there are not really clear signs or symptoms. They're so common, like back pain and digestive issues, that most people have them, and you just think that it's something simple. You pulled a muscle, or you just didn't eat well. Sorry.
No, I understand. No, but I mean that's a good point. So it's like there's no really big signs. You just think that it's kind of nothing until it just comes in something big.
Yeah, absolutely. He went to the doctors, and we just thought that he probably pulled a muscle, might have to do a little physical therapy. They sent him for blood work and a CT scan, and that's how they found the tumor in his pancreas. And there are no early warning signs, no easy tests to determine that you have pancreatic cancer, so it makes it kind of hard to discover.
Talking here on the Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ, talking all things PurpleStride Pittsburgh here on the Backyard Show, talking to Nikki and Kathy right now. Okay, so let's talk about the walk. What happens on walk day? What's it like? What's the crowd like? I know everybody's got their T-shirts. I know you've got teams and things like that. So what's walk race day like?
It's really a lot of fun. I just enjoy the entire event so much. There's a 5K run you can do or a 1-mile walk. And there's also a purple play zone and music and a lot of fun things for kids and adults alike. It's kind of just a great thing because you can spend time with friends and family and know you're making a difference at the same time. It's just so nice to be outside, too. It's like a beautiful view of the river, and I just enjoy the whole event so much.
Well, so you said there's a bunch of other stuff going on. You said there's stuff for all the family. What is some of that stuff going on?
Well, there's a purple play zone that will include crafts and games for the kids, and there's a run, but that's for all ages. If you are one of the top runners in your age group, you'll get a medal for that.
Oh, yeah? There's a chance for a medal?
Yes.
I like that.
Everyone likes medals.
Yes, everyone likes to be rewarded for their run. That's for sure. So with race day, you said it's like that. What's fun about the race for you?
I think it's a nice group of people. We all have the same cause, the same passion, and it brings everybody together. You feel like you're one big family. And it's kind of amazing to see the number of people there that have been affected by pancreatic cancer. Makes you feel supported and know that you're not the only one who is fighting against this.
I would agree. I think it's really great when you get to hear other people's stories, and I really love hearing especially kids' stories about how they've also been affected by pancreatic cancer, because it's really important, learn what other people have been through and connect with them.
Yeah, it's got to be really cool for you to hear other kids' stories, because you really don't think about the kids when you're going through that, but they're going through it, but you guys are going through the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely not a perspective that you think of, but if your parent's sick, it really is hard for you too. I mean, I've met a few kids through it, and actually at this event I was able to talk to a girl whose dad had pancreatic cancer, and she was older, and it really meant a lot being able to talk to her and, comfort her and tell her what I went through. So it's really important that you remember that you're not alone, and other kids have gone through this, and you always have someone you can talk to about it.
That's awesome. And you actually have done something very cool, Nikki. You spoke at the Capitol for it was Advocacy Day for Pancreatic Cancer. Tell us about that.
It was actually really scary at first because you're like, wow, I have to do all this public speaking. But it actually was a lot of fun. I got to speak to senators and representatives personally and tell my story. I really felt like I was getting to make a difference personally. And now even at school, if I have a speech, I'm like, okay, this is no big deal. I've already talked at the Capitol.
So what did you say? What were some of the things that you said that you wrote? What did you talk about to them?
I kind of talked about my personal story with some facts. Like I told them how I'd went through cancer with my dad, but I also tried to remind them of the 6% survival rate with pancreatic cancer. I think a big point that I kept bringing up was I'm really happy that my dad will be there at my wedding to walk me down the aisle. And I was talking about how pancreatic cancer takes away those meaningful moments with parents, like walking down the aisle. And I was trying to get them to support pancreatic cancer research.
Yeah, that's awesome. So were you there for this?
Yeah, we went as a family. It's pretty amazing when you go. We meet at noon every year and take a group picture just to see all the people in purple and to know that everybody is so passionate about this cause. There are representatives from every state in the country, so they make sure they're touching every senator and every representative.
What was it like for you seeing your daughter up there speaking? So I imagine so well. She's speaking so well here. So I mean, what was that like for you to see that?
I was very proud of her. She did a fabulous job. She wasn't scared at all. And I think that when you go and face these congressmen and congresswomen, I think that having a kid speak is more effective. Adults go and talk to them every single day, but how often does a kid come and talk to them about something so devastating and scary for them?
Yeah, and the thing is, you see adults every day, but then we see a kid talk, you pay attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't just ignore the kids.
Yeah, and I think that's great. So, I mean, what was some of the feedback you got after talking? I imagine everyone was, telling you great things, right?
Yeah, well, it was really nice. Everyone was like, "I'm surprised you talked," and because, there were other kids talking, but it was mostly adults who were talking. And actually, meeting some of the representatives and congressmen, they were actually really nice, and I think they really wanted to hear all these stories. They were kind of amazed by what they heard and also appalled because there's so many people affected by pancreatic cancer. And it's one of those things, you don't think about it until it's affected you. I never would have thought that my dad would get cancer, particularly pancreatic cancer. I didn't even know what a pancreas was. And now, I really feel affected. And if somebody mentions that somebody has pancreatic cancer, I know what it's like to go through that.
DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ. Talking all things Purple Stride Pittsburgh. Purple Stride Walk for Pancreatic Cancer going on July the 13th at North Shore Riverfront Park. It's a 5K run and a 1 mile walk. 5K run, 1 mile walk. So definitely get out to that great event and support a great cause. So why should people come out to the walk? Why is it that people should come out?
It's just a good Sunday morning to have fun with the whole family. We have people of all ages. My nephew's been going for 4 years now, and he's 4 years old now. So you push your kid in the stroller, you could pull them in a wagon. There's a play zone for the kids where they can do crafts and games. We have food that's donated by local vendors, so there's lots of good things to eat. And it's just a nice day to get to meet new people and find common ground.
I think it's important to remember that, like I keep saying this, every person counts. So even if you're just there, that's one more person that knows about pancreatic cancer and can spread the word. It's very important to come because you can be a part of something big, a part of something really important, and that's raising awareness of pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And I think another important thing is it's not just for people who have been affected by it. I think people who haven't been affected by it should definitely come out too, because I imagine there's probably people saying, hey, I don't know anything about pancreatic cancer, I don't need to come out. But I think everybody should come out anyways, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. You can never have too many people that are affected. Well, you can never have too many people that are helping because you never know when you could be affected. This affects a lot of people, and even if you're not affected, it's just a good thing to do for other people because there's that need for the help in the community for pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're finding that by 2020, the rate of pancreatic cancer patients will increase twofold. So more people will definitely be affected by this cancer in the future.
Definitely. Well, this is DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show, guys. I mean, the Backyard Show is coming to a close. I knew it was going to go extremely quick, and it definitely did. I could talk to you guys for days about this stuff because it's just so important. I think it's something a lot of people need to know. But what is something that you want to leave people with? The floor is yours to leave people with whatever you want to leave with.
Okay. I definitely hope to see a lot of kids at the walk July 13th at North Shore Riverfront Park because you just need to remember that every person counts and every kid can make a difference. So I hope to see you all at the walk.
And everyone who participates or makes a donation, no matter how big or small, is helping towards our goal of doubling the survival rate of pancreatic cancer. And that's really important to a lot of people.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in today here on the Backyard Show. It's been great talking to you guys, and good luck with everything on Walk Day.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about this.
That's awesome. This is DJ Daniel here on the Backyard Show on Radio Disney Pittsburgh, AM 1250 WDDZ HD1 Pittsburgh, and the Backyard Show, as we said, coming to a close. I want to thank my guests for coming in here today on the show to talk all things Purple Stride Pittsburgh. If you guys want more information on Purple Stride Pittsburgh, go to PurpleStride.org and then find the event Pittsburgh, and you'll be right there. Event's going on July 13th, 2014. At North Shore Riverfront Park. Definitely get out there and help. You can do it so many different ways. You can volunteer, you can donate, you can come out and walk. Definitely get out there and support a great cause because a lot of people don't know about pancreatic cancer, and a lot of people definitely need to know about that. And if you are a survivor of pancreatic cancer, one of your family members went through that or went through something like that, you definitely need to come out to Purple Stride Pittsburgh. Great walk, great time, great run, good for the community. Definitely come out. This is DJ Daniel here on the Backyard.